going, everybody? Welcome to a race analysis presented by Newtype Cycling. Today we've got Bryce and our new team rider, Jason. We're going to show a photo of him real quick. We're super excited to have Jason on our team. He is a Cat 4 rider right now, and him and Bryce did the Cat 4-5 race here at MAC down here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We don't have much footage of Jason this ride. He was coming back from a hamstring injury.
Rode to DC.
Yeah, I don't know how many miles it is. It was really long. But we're riding along with Bryce for this entire video. Bryce, we got this perfect downhill. Check all these people. Tell me about it.
Look at this 4-5 line. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Inside on the turn and then outside on the out. Yeah, it's a mess. Luckily my language was muted because I had no idea what they were doing. This is my local track, so this is where I'm most comfortable racing. Unfortunately, the track isn't built for me because of this uphill, but I've learned how to ride on it, and you'll see some of the tactics that I employ while I'm on this course.
Yeah, again, like we've got an attack right here on this uphill, so gotta love like a first lap attack, getting the jitters out of the way early, pumping out 1,000 watts, Bryce. My gosh. But there's a reason for that. I believe the Mark Rider you have is up here on the front, red shoes.
Yeah, Jason mentioned that yellow jersey, red shoes had an engine, so he needed to be someone everyone to keep an eye on. To be honest, I shouldn't have done the attack. I should have just filed it and worked further back. It wasn't really the spot, but if we're gonna set the tone, I'm always down to burn a couple people off the group. And that seems to be what we just did. So we got a little bit of separation, set the tone for the pace of the ride, and let the newcomers know that you're gonna have to work hard if you want to finish this race.
Yeah, and I believe you did pop off like 2 or 3 guys from the gun right there on that uphill attack. But you do a great job just being patient right here, staying in. I believe the rider flicks an elbow, lets it go through, and watching this footage, you do a great job the entire time of staying in the draft and being protected and stuff like that. But real quick, guys, if you like the footage we've got, if you appreciate the content, please like and subscribe, hit that share button, let your other friends know, and we'll be putting out more content as soon as we get some more races going. So we're going to push ahead to 6 minutes in, and Bryce, we've got another awesome downhill inside line.
Yeah, and as you can see,
why?
Yeah, Rainbow Jersey, he stayed on the inside, and I think it was just because he was concerned about people dive bombing him on the inside. So it's understandable, but it's just not the fast line. And I take advantage of that at later down the later in the race, but yeah, it just made me feel super uncomfortable because I knew riders, because they apexed so early, they were going to come flying out of that turn. So I felt concerned, and then yellow jersey goes again, so I just wanted to be on that wheel. So and there was also concerns that rainbow jersey and yellow jersey were working together, so I identified that quite quickly, and just made sure to keep at least my wheel on their rear wheel.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's a good move. You're just covering moves, and it's early enough in the race where you can do that. And it's a 4-5 race, but the attacks seem pretty potent, for this race. And it's a small field too, because since it being such a small field, there's less guys to make moves, cover, and stuff like that. Yeah, I can see where you might have thought they might be working together, because I've noticed, like, reviewing the footage, they're chattering a lot and stuff like that. So, but is what it is. Pushing onwards, guys. 20 minutes in. Check that, 10 minutes in, and we have another inside attack on the uphill. And guess who it is? It's going to be our yellow kit, red shoes. Going to do an attack on this uphill right here. And yeah, I think you did another good job of covering this right here. Here he comes.
Yeah, mention it to the group, make sure that they're aware of it, so they bring up the watts, everything I can just to coax the group into doing a little bit more work. Like I said, he was the marked rider. I think people started to notice that he was going to be a force in this group. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but you could see he was uncomfortable. And this is what happens, right? That's why they attack on that hill, because it allows for the opportunity for separation more than anything else. But I know that we're all strong enough, and I know if push comes to shove, I can bridge that gap, but I don't want to. So, and I think I was just thinking about it right there until that Mac guy went off. So I was just going to sit in, and I don't want to do work, because I'm looking to win this race.
Yeah, that's the main goal. You were looking to get as many points as quickly as possible, so you can bump up to a 3, and you can join some of the rest of us up in the 3-4 races, or unfortunately sometimes it's a 1-2-3 race. It's brutal, but yeah, having you up with us to cover moves and to set the tone on some of the other races we do is going to be awesome, and yeah, motivated for points. All right, we're jumping ahead 2 minutes in, and Bryce, I've told you this many times, you know the MO, like this downhill is so huge. It doesn't matter how big you are, how fast you can go, you never attack on the downhill, and that's what this guy in the black and yellow kit on the front does. And what do? You keep it nice and easy. You have to do, 400, 500 watts right here, but then you kind of start dialing it back, and I think you let gravity do the work for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see when someone doesn't race this course, because you attack on the uphill. And so if you attack on the downhill, it allows for people to capitalize on that effort that you just took. And, like I'm doing right now, I followed through. He just attacked, I'm going to counterattack. And
with
that's
1,200 watts, my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that's standard operating procedure for, any sort of racing. If they're going to attack and I can dole out a little bit more damage on the person who just attacked, I'm going to do that. That Mac guy looked pretty strong this entire race. Rainbow Kit was with him, so he was another person that I had marked, and I wanted to hurt him. And then, my other marked rider, yellow jersey, red shoes, just comes up, and he's chilling. So I really needed to make sure that all of these folks, felt fatigued, and that's what I was just trying to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you guys will notice a trend here is you'll start seeing the same riders in front of Bryce the entire ride. Well, Bryce, you're racing with like 20 other people though. I think there was like a field of like 25. But real quick right here, we're jumping ahead. Another inside line, and this guy tacked on the downhill right here. We've got a flyer off the front, and you do a great job of like, hey, I'll steamroll that, no problem. You feel comfortable with this, and you guys catch him super fast. But there's not many people coming around you, and I'm pretty sure you're about to counter him and attack this guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who exactly this is.
This
is Rainbow Kit.
Yeah, he took a flyer.
He must have taken a flyer on the downhill, and like I said, it's not the place to take that attack. So, I do a measured effort to reel him back in, but I know he's not going to attack up the hill. He's hurting. He's looking around, and 600 watts is. I'm a bigger guy, so 600 watts isn't too much for me. It's a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's VO2 for sure. But it's if I stay within 600 to 700 watts, I'm not going to completely flog myself on these short efforts.
Yeah, no, that's good. And your max heart rate's like right at 190, and you're feeling pretty good right here. It spikes up after that hill climb, but it's pretty cool. I thought it was a good job. Moving onwards, so you're on the front right here, and you're about to do an attack. And when I first saw you do this, I was like, why are you attacking right here? And then I realized every single lap these guys had been taking the inside turn down here, and it was causing issues for you. It was making them slow up. So what do you do right here? You punch it on this downhill, and you take your preferred line going at the fastest point in the entire race is this right here, is this turn. So I thought it was great, and I can just imagine if those people are still taking an inside line behind you, they're not having a good time.
Yeah, and you can see outside of the turn, I'm not doing a huge effort. I just wanted them to work, and I wanted to create a little bit of separation. Yes, I could have capitalized on it. I'm at 180 BPM right now, so I'm not really in the position to attack, and I know I have to be prepared for a counterattack coming up this hill, which there very well might be one. I'm not exactly sure if I remember if there was. But you have to be prepared for the attack that's coming up this hill, because it will happen every lap. And once again, it happens, I have to do an 800-watt spike.
Yeah, and this rider here who just does that mega attack, I think we'd only seen him maybe once before. Again, you're riding with like 20 other guys, and you just don't see a lot of them.
And we weren't
male and
concerned.
female. Speaking of that, we have this super strong lady right here who's catting up right in front of Bryce. But we're 2 to go, guys. Check out this awesome line. Again, it's one of those things, like, you guys are going super fast, and if you're not taking that outside to inside approach on turns, it causes issues, and you can sweep into a rider if you're not careful. You're obviously very, very cognizant of that. I know we've beaten that issue, really bad on this video, but it's just a reminder to anybody, like, make sure you can pre-ride the course beforehand, and you can take the turn as fast as you want. And you're taking the preferred line, you're taking the racing line, but we'll cut that out. Last lap, Bryce, you're in a good spot. Our buddy Nick is in front of you, and I know I mentioned that he's got a really good sprint, and you need to stay on his wheel. Well, guess what? We haven't seen Nick the entire race because he's been in the back chilling, surfing wheels, riding smart. I'm going to let you handle it the rest of this way through.
Yeah, I knew that we were last lap, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I've had a lot of nightmares coming out of this turn. So pretty much SOP is, people attack on the hill, they get gassed out at the turn, they pedal strike or something. So I knew the attack was going to come. I was just prepared for it, so I'm sitting on a good wheel. I'm like 3 or 4 in the back, so I'm in perfect positioning. And honestly, right here, my heart rate probably spiked because I was worried about Nick pedal striking right there because he's pedaling through that turn.
Well, they definitely slowed up. You caught the guy in the white, and they slowed up taking that turn right there.
Yeah, and we're going slow now. We're at 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour, and I'm just waiting for someone to come around me and attack hard because that's you want to be the first one out of this corner. At least that's what I thought. So I'm waiting for the attack, and I think now's the time to do it. I need to get away from this group.
1,000 watts.
Yeah, I needed to get away and be the first one out of the corner. I'm right at the point where I have a little bit of a sprint left, but I really think I just used it all up right there. You can see I come out of this corner. I got good speed. I got good positioning, and it's my turn to win it. And I don't even breach 1,000 watts. Nick comes around with the speed. More props to him. He absolutely demolishes me, and yeah. And so you'll hear some puking and stuff like this. I worked hard there, man.
Dude, all in all, awesome ride. You're on the front doing work. You're making moves. And, yeah, you strike first coming into the final corner. You got passed by a guy, who's got a really good sprint. But other than that, you got points. That was the main goal. You got on the box. But other than that, guys, that's it for this video. Catch you on the next one.